friends, on average, a person at rest takes about 16 breaths per minute. And this means we breathe about 960 breaths an hour, 23,040 breaths a day, and 8,409,600 breaths in a year, unless we get a lot of exercise. Anyone who can breathe without struggling has probably breathed today over 12,000 times already, and it's only 2:30 in the afternoon at this recording. As you take a breath and exhale today, anytime today, I invite you to say His name. We don't give a thought to the involuntary response of breathing, but today, sometime today, let us take a purposeful breath, and as we exhale, say His name, George Floyd. And let this be the first small step in righting the wrongs that white privilege, acknowledged or not, has produced. We are complicit in the ongoing sin of racism. White America has allowed this to go on. Period. So say this prayer with me. Dear God, no more. I will not be complicit with racism any longer. Amen. Prayer is essential. It should continue with perseverance as Jesus directs His followers. But prayer is only the beginning. Jesus has God, just as God creates by speaking the words that became the Word, God also acts by causing the Word to become flesh. And that's where white America has failed. When words are not followed by action, they are hollow, an act in conflict with creation. You must be doers of the word and not only hearers who mislead themselves, says James. We're afraid. Of course we're afraid. Who, no matter what race, is not now afraid unless they're fools? Maybe that's a place to start building bridges. Perhaps in our fear we will remember that there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. Our fear, which is very real, does not mean we have no faith. It means that we are willing to act because our love, though imperfect, is an act of the will, in spite of feeling or of circumstances. So in the end, it is our will that has failed. And if we let a lack of will be the reason for one more thoughtless harm done to another human being because of the color of his or her skin, then our silence is our complicit affirmation of the hatred. Say his name, George Floyd. The United Methodist Social Principles, in our statement on racism, says this: racism is the combination of the power to dominate by one race over other races and a value system that assumes that the dominant race is innately superior to the others. Racism includes both personal and institutional racism. Personal racism is manifested through the individual expressions and attitudes and or behaviors that accept the assumptions of a racist value system and that maintain the benefits of this system. Institutional racism is the established social pattern that supports implicitly or explicitly the racist value system. That statement was shared today on her weekly blog by former United Methodist pastor and now Bishop of the Iowa area, Reverend Lori Haller. I invite you to look for her blog published on June 1st following this video. Most of the people I know are not explicitly racist. It's the implicit part that is alarming, because I think it includes me. And while I feel often helpless in the face of immoral, illicit acts of hatred, my silence has convicted me. No more. Say it with me. Say his name. George Floyd. Right now I'm considering a prayer vigil for United Methodists in Cedar Springs. What I imagine is a peaceful demonstration of our commitment to put the words of our social principle into action. I will be silent no more. It's a small beginning, but it is a beginning. It will be limited to the members and friends of Cedar Springs United Methodist Church due to the governor's order June 1st, which allows outdoor events of up to 100 or less with 6-foot physical distancing. Our property won't allow a larger group than that, nor will the law. It will be an act of faith. If you are unable to be present but want to pray, please let me know, and literature for this vigil will be sent to you. I invite you to watch for details of the date and the time. And in the meantime, please pray with me that God's love that drives out fear will change our hearts and our wills so that love overcomes hate, life overcomes death. That is what we say we believe, after all. Grace and peace. And may the God of peace be with you. Amen.